Well, hello there. I'm Gemini.
Okay, listen up. Starting January 7th, and yeah, that's just 1 week from today, the federal government is going to start taking money straight out of your paycheck.
And we're not talking about a small amount. They can grab up to 15% of your paycheck. And get this, no court order, no lawsuit. All it takes is a letter in the mail, and bam, your money is headed straight to Washington.
This isn't some small thing. We're talking about 10 million Americans who could get hit by this. So stick with me, because in the next few minutes, I'm going to break down exactly who's at risk, how this whole thing works, and most importantly, the 3 things you absolutely need to do this week to protect your money.
All right, first things first. To really get what's happening, you have to understand the sheer scale of this crisis. It's huge. We're talking about a massive number of people here.
So the backdrop to all of this, the U.S. is staring down $1.67 trillion in student loan debt. Let that sink in for a second. That's more than all the credit card debt and all the car loans in the entire country combined. It's just staggering.
So who's on the front lines of this thing? Well, you've got 5.5 million people who are already in what's called default. That means they're over 270 days late on their payments. But then there's another 6.4 million who are delinquent. They're right on the edge, basically sliding toward that same cliff. Add it all up, and we're looking at nearly 12 million people.
And the way they do this is with something called administrative wage garnishment. It sounds complicated, but what it really means is the government has these extraordinary collection powers. See, for almost any other kind of debt, credit cards, medical bills, a company has to take you to court and win before they can touch your wages. But for federal student loans, nope, they just send a letter. And this isn't just about your paycheck either. A default like this can absolutely wreck your credit score for years. The process itself is just brutally simple. It's like a machine. Step 1, you fall into default. Step 2, the government mails you a notice. Step 3, they send an order straight to your boss, who by law has to do what it says. And finally, step 4, your wages get garnished. It's a conveyor belt, and it's set to start running in just 1 week.
Now, I know what you might be thinking. Oh, this is just about people who didn't want to pay their bills. But that is just wrong. This is a story about a system that completely, fundamentally failed people.
Consider this. 8 million people had signed up for the new Save Repayment Plan. You know, the one that was specifically designed to make payments affordable. Well, that plan got challenged in court and was eventually killed. Just like that. It left all those people totally in limbo. They were stuck. Even if they wanted to pay, they couldn't. And believe it or not, it gets even worse. Just look at these numbers. Over 300,000 people who tried to do the right thing, who applied for a plan they could actually afford, were just flat out denied. And another 800,000 applications? They're just sitting in a pile somewhere pending. The system didn't just bend, it broke. It completely failed them.
Okay, but here is where the logic just completely falls apart. This is the truly insane part. According to the Institute of Student Loan Advisors, the amount of money they actually garnish from your paycheck is often more than what your original monthly payment would have been.
Just let that sink in for a minute. The punishment for not being able to afford your payment is an even bigger payment taken directly from your check. It makes absolutely no sense. Yeah, read that again.
All right, so that's the problem. And yeah, I know, it's bleak. But listen, you are not powerless here. Not at all. So let's shift gears and walk through exactly what you can do starting right now to fight back and protect yourself.
Step 1. This is the most important thing you can do. Go to studentaid.gov right now. Log in. You have to know where you stand. Are your loans okay? Are they delinquent? Are they in default? You can't fix a problem if you don't even know what it is.
Okay, so what if you log in and find out you are in default? Don't panic. You basically have 2 main escape routes. The first is called loan rehabilitation. This means you make 9 affordable payments, and while it's slower, it's the only way to get that ugly default mark completely wiped from your credit report. That's a huge deal for your financial future. The other option is loan consolidation. It's way faster, but, and this is a big but, it could reset the clock on any progress you've made toward loan forgiveness.
So that brings us to step 2. You have to make a move. The number you need is right there on your screen. Call the Default Resolution Group. These are the folks who can get you started on either rehabilitation or consolidation. Seriously, don't put this off. Pick up the phone.
Okay, now what happens if you get one of those dreaded garnishment notices in the mail? First rule, do not ignore it. Don't throw it away. You have a 30-day window to respond, and you have rights.
You can request a hearing, you can argue that it's a financial hardship, you can even try to negotiate a totally different payment agreement. Literally the worst thing you can possibly do is pretend that letter doesn't exist.
And here's something most people have no idea about. For years, everyone thought you couldn't get rid of student loans in bankruptcy. Well, that's changed. Thanks to new guidelines, it's actually become a lot easier. How much easier? The success rate for borrowers who actually try is now a jaw-dropping 87%. It's a real, legitimate option if you feel like you're completely drowned.
Okay, let's wrap this up. The situation is incredibly serious, the deadline is very real, and the time to do something about it is right now. So here's your final countdown. Today, not tomorrow, today, you check your loan status. Over the next 7 days, if you find out you're in default, you start the process of getting out. Because on January 7th, that's it, the switch gets flipped and the machine starts. Just remember this, they can take 15% of your hard-earned money without ever having to ask a judge. The same system that messed up applications and took away affordable plans is now coming to collect, and they'll do it by force if they have to.
Look, your first step to protecting yourself is just one click away. I'm not talking about tomorrow, I'm not talking about next week, I'm talking about today, right now. Go to studentaid.gov, find out where you stand, and take action.